Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hi, I'm Terry holding your space, and this is Reverend Saul. So, hi, everybody here. Annie, happy birthday, Annie.
Yeah, happy birthday, Annie.
Yeah, it's Annie's birthday. Hey, Brenda, how are you? I still need to get online and see your post, Annie. And Jeff, good to see you, Tro ass backwards. So good to see you. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun day for you, man. Special day. Hey, Devana, how are you? Good to see you too. Um, so, Reverend Saul, we were talking about everything going on the planet, and I love what you just said about the. I'm sorry, I'm started laughing. My sister's here, Patty, Patricia Stokes. She says, "Hi, it's me." She cracks me up. I love that. Yeah. Annie Bear says, "Whoa, big white spirit just passed behind you, George." So,
They didn't
I,
tell me they were coming.
when don't they come?
Oh, true.
Oh, okay. So we were talking. You were talking about the Dalai Lama and what he's been saying about how to proceed right now.
Yeah, his belief system. I've heard him say in so many words that the peace mantras aren't working. Of course, we recognize that, and it says it's about making or assisting mankind in becoming smarter, more wisdom and knowledge, discernment versus judgment. So, in terms of the Tibetan Buddhists, they're they have no, let me say this, they have no A in their language. So when they say Om Mani Padme Hum, that means that the individual is one with the divine in all knowledge. Whereas a lot of us know it in Sanskrit with an A, Om Mani Padme Hum. Either way, it works, if whichever way you choose to say it. Prayers instead of Om Shanti, which means
Peace.
calling power peace,
Yeah.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Yeah.
And
Um.
to
Oh
give, go ahead.
no, I was just Jeff's asking: is this the apocalypse, the ascension, or the transition to 5D?
Well, it's not the apocalypse.
Yeah.
The apocalypse, when the sun dies, that's the apocalypse. We got to be out of here. We're in transition between the age of Kali, which is the age of argumentation, and the age of Sattva, which is the age of enlightenment, wisdom, where all this negative stuff cannot exist because of the energies involved of being in that particular part of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Um, so the good thing is we're we've seen the worst of it. We're seeing the worst of it. Uh, my significant other was saying the other day that the planet is under siege and by these dark forces. So the resolution from my viewpoint of the Eiffel Tower, it's calling on the powers of Durga for protection. So once again, Hum Dung Durgaya Shakti or Hum Dung Durgaya Nama is a protective mantra against dark forces. That's fighting the dark forces with the power of bliss and unconditional love.
Awareness.
Awareness, yes.
Witnessing awareness. Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, Jeff says, meaning what we have been taught, the apocalypse is faulty, and this is really it, the ascension to 5D.
Yeah,
Yeah. Good
yeah.
question. Great question.
It's going to take some time, but that's all we got is time.
If there is time, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. the divine time is now, and that now is getting everybody smarter and forgiving, even in the midst of all the chaos and siege upon our senses. There's Durga is here to help us with that. And as a spiritual being, she was created as a result of the heavenly realms being attacked by the dark forces. There was a war in heaven where those that live in the world of Brahma, which is the highest dimension, were being attacked by a race of dark beings. It was in their DNA. It just says there are humans. There are what we're called in the Vedas asuras, which means a demonic race. Not that all of them are demonic. A lot of them are really nice folks, but most are not. They're just there it is. So they were winning in terms of the battle taking place in heaven. So the Trinity got together, which was the masculine Trinity in the Vedic culture, which is Brahma, creator, Vishnu, preserver, and Shiva, destroyer. Those three got together, combined their creative forces, and created Durga. She was able to succumb, to make this demon succumb to her destroying powers, because the demon had only included men as be the ones that could kill her. So they made a woman known as Durga, which is an aspect, a feminine aspect of the masculine trinity. And she is still in existence, and she's here to protect us against the asuras.
Yeah. Oh, Tyler chipped in on that one. So, right. So she's the mother of the universe and the slayer of false demons or false information. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Which we got a lot of false information, surprisingly.
In
Around right now.
the beginning of the newspaper days, they call them yellow press because you're not supposed to believe the yellow press. And there's some underlying reasons why we're having this chaos. But we're sending, and it's. I firmly believe it's folks that are in your audience that are making this possible. The key is love, compassion.
Yeah. It is, isn't it? The more we love ourselves, and it's all about, that's where it starts, growing our light.
Yes.
And then being able to spread it. Yeah. Yeah.
And those chaotic forces want you to think about the chaos because they feed off the chaos. Literally, it's a meal for them to be in the energies of chaos.
And I saw this this dark smoke or charcoal smoke, not really dark, but charcoal around like some of the conventions and whatnot when 45 was creating all the intrigue and the disinformation. And it wasn't just him, it was others as well, but entertainment only. And I started seeing it come around the planet, and now I see it around where the wars are as well. So, yeah.
Chaos at work.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some really good comments here. Annie Bear says, hi, Annie. Annie Bear, happy birthday. It's Annie Bear's birthday. Our love light is powerful and grounded in earth. Denser energies transmuted. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And we're just going to throw in some questions here. Lori asks, are the angel energies the Schumann resonance showed a few days ago bringing a calming energy to Mother Gaia?
Yes, there's a lot of groups working that they have Gaia on their minds as helping her deal with these issues that we posed upon this planet. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is, isn't it?
Yes.
And there's so many entities, like new ships coming in, right?
Yes.
All around us. Yeah, helping and watching. Everybody's marveling at us. And Seascape has a great comment. Seascape says she's been working on life skills. LOL. I'm a work in progress. That's what the yogis say. That's what a guru says. Seascape. We are always a work in progress, aren't we?
No doubt.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Well,
see.
that's something we were talking about earlier, work in progress, that
Yeah,
most of you that are listening are clairvoyant. In other words, not just in one aspect of clairvoyance, but in all the aspects of clairvoyance, which include being psychic, being audiovoyant, using the use of the third eye, being able to see things happen before they happen and know what people are going to say before they say. All that's clairvoyance. There's eight different skills that we have, and now that you know, it's like, oh, now I can go on about my business and do what I have to do for spirit. Just thinking about how did that happen.
yeah, yeah. It's and we work with the senses a lot and vibration, our daily vibration, daily meditations, and I feel like working with the senses is so important about bringing in your clairs, claircognizance, clairsentience, um, all of it, and as we bring that in, then bringing in the subtle senses as you go into the field of Akasha or the field of Brahma, and you know, being able to make that connection of witnessing and knowing um, in all the different forms. I don't know if that made any sense or if I rambled.
No, that doesn't make sense because it encompasses at least 8 different supernatural skills that we encounter one time or another, or all at once in our lives. God forbid all at once, because it's a bit much for the average human mind. Even the enlightened one, you can trance out on too much nirvana.
Yeah, you can totally get blissed out. Yeah,
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 there's a holy man named his name was Ramakrishna, and he had devotees, not the Krishna Rama from the song, uh, but that was his holy name. He was in trance, and he was just totally happy wherever he was, and they were walking across a bridge with his devotees, and he fell off the bridge and broke his arm. He didn't even realize it. He was so blissed out. So, moderation is the best way to go when it comes to your spiritual powers, until you know you have control of them. Because you don't want to walk off a bridge and break your arm.
So, how do you think we do that?
Well,
Moderation.
the number of repetitions and not going too far, being in balance, which is we should do that right now. Om Tijati, Tula Tula Tula. Om Tijati, Tula Tula Tula. Om Tijati Tula Tula Tula. And to balance the lower body, you just put your hand, keep the hands together and put them between your knees and squeeze Om Tijati Tula Tula Tula. Now you've done the entire system, Alpha Omega.
Wow. That makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Let's see, we've got some great questions coming in. Oh, Teresa Ford, right? Yeah. Flushing out the last of the low vibrational energy. Yeah. And
Yes.
everybody's at a different point, right?
Yes.
And there is no judgment, is there?
No discernment. There's
Discernment. Yeah.
there's a Tibetan Bodhisattva, which is their form of angel, and his name is Manjushri, and his mantra is Om Arapasadenadi, which is calls upon the power of discernment versus the power of judgment. Big difference.
That's huge. Yeah. It's so easy to get run into that ego, our good friend the ego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ego's got an ego. So I find that my higher self definitely has a different voice than my ego self, because the ego wants to take control of something it can't control. The ego wants to be the chairman of the board when in essence it's only got a driver's license to be the chauffeur. So listen for the voice of your higher self, which is your I am, and then your ego self, which is perceiving right now, with the higher self, is beginning to deal with the fact that the dream works when the team works together, and that's ego, higher self, I am, and the holy self, I am that I am. All three of them are in each of us.
Yeah, we can totally add this to our morning meditations, Laura. Definitely. Lori. Oh, and Annie Bear says she just wrote a poem about this.
No coincidence.
Yeah, right. So, and part of that ego thing, it's not a bad thing, but I think so this is kind of my thought, George, is that when we came here to get into this density, that we had to succumb to that ego and that forgetting our divine light, but had the tools still to remember. Right. I mean, some people are born, and a lot of the kids now, I think, are born knowing about their divinity and not being in this physical form. Thus, we have so many kids on the spectrum or whatever. But that when we came in, we forgot so much when we come to this planet, and it's all about remembering.
Maya. It's like the Mississippi River. It's muddy and it's dirty and it's dense. And we knew coming in that we were coming to the world of amnesia. But we have the power as spiritual beings to overcome that and to teach and share with others. This is what you have to overcome. It may be their time to know that, and it may not be their time. But if they met you, who is on the path of enlightenment, then they are going to, just by being in your energy, they're going to reach enlightenment somewhere down the line.
Yeah.
One lifetime or another.
Yeah.
I think we're there, and now we have to share.
Um, Hi, Richie. Richie asks, does the energy or belief in the mantra what makes it powerful, or is it just the words spoken? I feel like we can all create our own powerful mantra if we believe enough in the words we speak. Wow.
You're absolutely right. Except the first language was mantra. And I found that Om Tijati will convert anything that you say in English to Sanskrit, and you will get the power of the Sanskrit word. Usually, if you do the Sanskrit word with the mantra as a mantra, it's more powerful than the translation we say in English, unless you use Om Tijati. Within us is this automatic retranslator if we use the cosmic sense words, Om, which is all that is, always on, carrier wave, Tijati, which means activate. Combine the two, and you have the beginning of a super mind machine online, and you're sitting in it as an ego with the I am and the I am that I am. All three of you guys are in there, and all three of you have a different voice. The dream works when the team works together.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to write that down. The dream works when the team works together.
Mm-hmm. It's a tough one because we didn't have any spiritual teachers when we were growing up, other than the minister that struggled through the same Maya that we're struggling through.
Yeah.
So all of the sacred teachings we weren't privy to them until we decided to come down and share and spread the word and the solution.
Yeah. That's Popeye was kind of a guru, wasn't he? I am what I am, what I am, what I
Yep,
am.
yep.
Okay. Seascape has a great question. How do we know we are part of the new world?
Trust your heart.
Yeah, I feel like if you're here, you're part of the new world.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're
Well,
you know when you're on your path, don't you? Gosh,
yeah,
this is a major deja vu. So, but we know, we remember. Yeah, you're in this chat. Thank you, Hypnicity. That's excellent. Excellent way to do it. Yeah, and Sonia says she just heard Michael Jackson sing, "Do you remember the time?" Yeah. Definitely.
that's,
Definitely.
you're channeling Michael Jackson as a part of this conversation. That's heavy. How many of you guys are getting goosebumps or your hair standing on edge?
Yeah. Lots of music coming in lately.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, and, I feel like, going into meditations, whether it's for you walking or on another channel or our channel or, um, doing it, silent meditation at home, any type of meditation that you do, painting, it's great, but when we start doing that, we definitely come into our awareness of everything that's happening and start remembering.
Let me throw this at you. And I was reading The New World again. It is said that this heavenly portion, this Maya portion, is like a zit on a teenager's face in comparison to the whole body. The heavenly realms are beyond, if you think about it, beyond belief, and infinitely more infinity than there is a boundary to this dimension that we're in, and it's separated by the darkness, which is known as the abyss. Then there is an ocean, which where the Supreme Being, one of its duplicates, resides in this white ocean. And of this ocean, we can tap off of and think about everything that we ever thought about and exists in the world can be liquefied. And you can partake of the energies as a spiritual being. And your body becomes a sensor for those that may have a little doubt that we're not as good as we think we are, but we are. Uh, so, Spirit provided me with this to share, and that is the pyramid visualization, pyramid meditation, and all that we meditate on. For example, the energies of compassion and mercy can be liquefied through our etheric body, and we can take on the characteristics of those words through a pyramid meditation. So if you want to do that, we can
Yeah.
do compassion and mercy. Expect to see colored bubbles. That's what I saw when I first did the meditation with Spirit. But here it's real easy. We've already balanced up. And just pull the hands apart on Tujati. Okay, just be open to it. Imagine a pyramid with the base of the pyramid just above the eyebrows, and the tip of the pyramid is above the head. For females, the pyramid is rotating counterclockwise. For the male, it's rotating counterclockwise. The mantra is Om Tijati Karuna Shakti. Om Tijati Karuna Susi, forgive me. Om Tijati Karuna Susi. And when you feel a shift in your hands of energy or in your feet, for females, imagine that pyramid going counterclockwise below your feet. The base of the pyramid is even with the ankles, the tip of the pyramid is in the earth below you. Now you have one going above, and for the male, the base is clockwise. Both the upper and the lower pyramids are revolving at the same time. Om Tijati Karuna Shakti. When you feel it in your midsection, we're going to add the rain. And it goes Om Tijati Karuna Susi Varsana. Om Tijati Karuna Susi Varsana. Times 9 to the 72nd power. 2 more times. Times 9 to the 72nd power. Times 9 to the 72nd power. Imagine a swirl of those divine bubbles going up and coming down. So they're swirling in syncopation with each other, and allow the rain to fall. Om Tijati Karuna Susi Varsana, which simply means I'm raining compassion and mercy within me. Some of you can hear the rainfall. Everything is based upon the power of your imagination. Don't discount it. It is the imagination of the Supreme Being that created this world. Notice the triangularization of your hands when you do this. This is known as the golden rainbow. sometimes known as the Golden Cathedral. When you look through your fingertips, notice that they do form a cathedral of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
As you do that, notice the energies that's pulsing through your fingertips when you say Om Pi Jati. Cathedral on, that's a mantra. You close it down and partake of the energy. Press it together until it sparks. Take a deep breath. Om Pi Jati. Karuna. Susi Varsana. Still raining. Some of you are getting ringing in the ears, somebody getting tingling. These are all aspects of your spiritual powers. Whatever you are sensing, that's you. That's part of you as a spiritual being. Disconnect. You can do this with any color. For example, Harita is green. You can do the green pyramid, Om Pi Jati Harita Susi. Activate the green pyramid. See the pyramid above your head going counterclockwise if it's a male,
Clockwise for a female.
clockwise for a female. Om Pi Jati Harita Susi. Activate the green pyramid. I'm sensing that some of you are getting it in the ears. If it becomes too much, dial down the volume. It's about vibrational frequency. Do wrong. Take it down a notch.
Jerome. I can feel it going both ways, the clockwise and the counterclockwise. Like my feet go one way and my up here kind of I go another way.
Alpha Omega.
Yeah.
So when the rain begins to fall, it's doing this. One's coming down and the other one's going up. It's swirling around each other. Now it's permeating the entire solar plex region and the heart region. Pretty soon it will spread throughout. I'm feeling it in my knees as we speak.
Yeah.
But that you've infused yourself with the energies of compassion and mercy.
That's amazing. Yeah. Richie says, wow, my hands are humming and my head is spinning. That's a lot of energy. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anybody leaves here and has too much energy, because this can activate a lot of energy, even your Kundalini.
Yes.
So just Dharam and grounding, right?
Dharam, Dharam, Dharam.
Yeah.
Turn down the volume.
Yeah. So Annie brings up a really good one. I keep being drawn towards sky pictures. Anyone else? and Annie does poetry and painting. So, and her paintings are beautiful. I mean, you see a lot of vortexes and the bear, the eagle, a lot of totems and vortexes. Yeah.
You have a lot of power animals.
She does.
Yes. There's a lot of different allies that reside in the clouds. They're living beings that live in the clouds. There's cities up in the clouds in another dimension. If you go to YouTube and look up the shuttle mission STS-75, you will see infrared footage of a dimension just above Earth. It looks like Grand Central Station in rush hour. It looks like I-70 highway rush hour, 4 o'clock. And these are spaceships. I don't think that they're manned. I think they're robotic situations and they're mining, but there's so many of them. The astronauts, of course, they couldn't say what they really thought. Their debris being carried along with the shuttle. It wasn't debris. These ships were changing in shape as they were approaching what they call a tether. And they put this tether out to collect electrons from the sun. It was attached to the space shuttle by this mile-long tether. Well, the tether broke and it started floating away. It floated into a zone, I think above Africa, and they turned on the infrared sensors and they got the shots of all these guys working in the infrared dimension. This is on video, STS-75. Choose the 18-minute version and study it. You'll see wormholes open and close as these beings come into existence within this dimension. It makes you wonder about the wormholes that are around and in our planet. These guys are coming in through wormholes everywhere. I think the technology allows you to be a wormhole or to open up a wormhole any place that you're in the universe. That's how advanced actually we are.
Wow. Yeah, everybody's talking about, Tony's talking about the clouds, and so is Lori. Yeah, more drawn to the sky lately also. I live near Houston. There's so much light, but I'm beginning to see more stars again and misty energies. So let's talk about that. Because, yeah, some clouds are the shapes of angel wings for sure, Tony. Let's talk about that because I feel like during our meditations, we're getting a lot of that mist coming in. Hi, Mr. Handsome.
Yeah, you had to get in the act.
Hi, beautiful. How are you, Mr. Handsome?
We're talking about angels. That's right up his line.
Yeah.
He
So
said,
there's this mist that comes in when we meditate, and it's a mist of clarity. It's not a mist of confusion or that smoke. It's like a kind of a serenity and a witnessing that comes in with it.
It's considered an etheric vapor.
God, I love that. Etheric vapor.
Yes.
Wow.
We can create that because we're divine. We were made in the image of greatest spirit, the greatest spirit. So there's things that we can do as human beings that because nobody said we could do them, we don't do them until you meet somebody like the Christ that says you can do the same things I can do.
Yeah. Rusty, your cat is in your lap now too, helping you ground. Yeah. I think my cat's outside. Zeppelin.
A lot of times you look at a cloud, particularly at night, if your vision is on, you can rock your head back and forth, holding your eyes steady on it. You can feel the pulse of energy from whatever cloud's coming through. Or if there's a ship out there, you can feel it just with your eyes. Or focus on different stars and notice that the energies from different stars are different frequencies just by what it does to the sensors of the eyes and around the eyes. That's how good you guys are.
So if the moon is like a parking spot for spaceships or whatever it is,
Mhm.
why does it have such an influence on the planet?
Gravitational forces.
Huh. Okay.
which are getting less and less on a minuscule basis every moment. The moon, maybe 1,000 years from now will be twice as far away than it is now. It's receding away from planet Earth. The gravitational pull is different.
Yeah. There's Annie's um, channel.
Mm,
Somebody
check
was
it.
looking for it. Yeah. So, oh, let me see this. Tony says someone who did polarity balancing meridians on me suggested eating nuts to ground after my sessions.
Why not?
Yeah.
If it works for you, go for it. Get
Yeah.
a lot of protein.
It does help, doesn't it? And oftentimes, I know a lot of people here are vegetarians, but they talk about eating meat after um, a really high level meditation or healing to help ground. I don't know if everybody likes that or not, but I've heard it. Here's somebody saying, Sonia saying happy birthday to Annie. Um, Lori, I was thinking it is a calming energy that is also slowing energies down. For the last 2 days, the birds in my area only speak in the mornings and don't fly during the days. Interesting, Lori. Yesterday I took my nephew for a walk along this little river, and there's supposed to be eagles there that are nesting now. A lot of eagles, and they didn't come out, and very few birds came out. Lots of squirrels.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, Mr. Handsome. Um, so yeah, I hadn't thought about that. Um, Teresa says, Richie, I feel like our own words can be very powerful, but in using a mantra can add the energies of those who came before. Of course, I could be wrong. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I've found just experimenting with the mantra followed by the Om Tijati. The Sanskrit word seems to be more powerful than the English word. The English word is like a derivative of Sanskrit. There's an alphabet that we started with at the beginning of the world, and it's for example, Akata, Bakata, Sikata, Makata, Ikata. If I were to say four, there would be Fakata, Okata, Rikata, Dikata. Everything's a kata, including Omkata, which is the divine kata.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
maybe you find yourself singing Sarigama Pade Hani. Does that sound familiar to any of you guys out there? It is the divine do re mi fa sol la ti do, but only in Sanskrit.
Can you say that one more time, George?
Sarigama Pade Hani.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard this many times. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's together we awaken each other's senses, divine senses. That's why they were saying to me last week that many of of your fellow members that partake of this meditation are clairvoyant to the umpteenth degree. So we get to know who we really are and can move on, do what we got to do while we're here, instead of speculate. How did I do that?
Mm.
But see, the saving grace is Om Tea Jati, because if you forget the Sanskrit, all you gotta do is say Om Tea Jati, and whatever you want in English, it'll be translated to Sanskrit.
Yeah. Lori says, since the birds speak a light language, I have a knowing that they are an example of how to act at the moment. Slow down, rest, and relax. Yeah. Yeah. And soar, right? When we're ready. I love that freedom of being able to soar and glide. I think you're frozen.
For me?
Yeah. Your video. It's okay. It'll probably come back. You might need to leave the thing real quick. Just go back into the, let me see. I might take you out. Remove. And then I'll add you back to the stage and see if that doesn't help. Oh, you're gone. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. I need to put you back in. Let's see what I did wrong. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, golly. There you go. Okay, he's back. Yay.
That was an ET moment.
That was, that was, wasn't it? Yeah.
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 It happens, you're someplace in there, want to weigh something out, like at UPS, and you walk up to the counter and the weight machine stops working, or the computer stops working, or your watch stops working.
Yeah. I have an ongoing thing with my dishwasher, and it quits working for like 4 hours, and then I know I can come back and reconnect to it, but it always does that. There's a lot of things in my house that do that. Yeah. Tony's asking if you connected with Jen Bushman to get a Lemurian crystal. She sells ethical crystals from around the world. She does crystal readings based on your need. George is a crystal healer, Tony. He has bags of crystals. So, yeah, we were just talking about that earlier before we came on. So,
we call them the golden facet.
The Lemurian.
Well, anything with a 72-degree angle, that this angle here.
Yeah. That's what I have on.
You may only have one of 6 sides with a perfect triangle on it.
Yeah. So I have that on. Oh, I've got a real mess here now. So it doesn't want to come on, but this is the necklace that I normally wear, and I have the Ringham Atlas on it. So, and usually I always wear those two together. Hi, Mr. Handsome. And I never knew why I wore them together, but now I do. Tony says, I had dreams as a child of doing the breaststroke in the sky, like flying. I assume it was astral projection or astral travel.
Yes. Was it in color?
Yeah. Tony, was it in color? Yeah, Devana, there is a lot of energy today behind Reverend Saul. Tony says yes, it was in color.
It's a real dream.
So it's lucid dreaming.
Yeah, you're in another dimension. It was a real deal.
So, somewhere in here we've got a lot of questions. Sorry, I'm not doing very well. I get excited and I just um start doing them. Okay. Annie says, I am learning to share strength in a soft way. It's a challenge. It is, isn't it?
Well, the beautiful thing is, whatever follows the I am will be. And she said, I am learning. It will be.
Yeah. Richie says, I feel the power of the mantras that George shares with us, but I'm curious if our intent and belief and what we say is more important than the language we say it in. I think we already did that one. But, um, or something similar, but yeah.
I have learned to go back to the source and just experimentation. Every language has a yes in it. But the way they say the yes differs with every language. But there's always an origin to language. And I firmly believe, just from experimenting with a language I'm not I'm not fluent in Sanskrit. I'm fluent in ghetto Sanskrit. If it sounds right to me, then we'll say it that way. That's the intent of the mantra. Uh, and the Om Tea Jati is a universal constant, which translates automatically the language. It's like the person that has the ability to learn 7 or 8 languages in one, in one lifetime. Uh, they have that gift. But there's a first language before this world was born. I lost your audio.
That was me. Inga just got home and Tyler was welcoming her.
Oh,
Um, One time, Tony says she flew over Budapest.
mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Um, yeah. So, hey, Diana. Um, so when we have been working with the timelines lately, a lot of us, and finding that as a collective we are. So it's been amazing, but having these timelines collide, like you'll be doing something for an hour and you'll look at the clock or your watch or whatever and notice that it's no time has gone by, or
Mm-hmm.
else it's 5 hours and it's only seems like an hour, and so many deja vus um lately.
A lot of times, the higher self is showing you different aspects of yourself and your capabilities. That's why it's in the beginning stages, even for those that have been at this for a while. Okay, bud, I don't know what the deal is.
Mr. Handsome,
But
hello, beautiful.
we grow smarter in leaps and bounds. The whole thing is remembering that you are the marginal potency of the divine. And to show you the power, put your hands up. I am the marginal potency of the divine. Notice the difference between that and Ashmi Tatasta Shakti.
That opens everything up. And I
That's
think,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
Mr. Handsome just turned off your video. There it goes. Maybe he's covering it up.
Somebody wants to look at your bottom.
Oh,
The first one is in English, and it resonates in the marginal potency of the divine. And then Ashmi Tatasta Shakti. There's a difference.
yeah, that completely opens up.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Ashmi Tatasta Shakti. That's what we are. Somebody's feeling that in your ankles and calves.
Yeah, I'm really getting it up here too.
Mm-hmm.
Sonia says, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Aw, that's so sweet. Yeah. Lots of Lyrian energy, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Those cats are just amazing. They're so funny.
In Sanskrit, some of the texts, if the individual spirit has not received enlightenment, and even though they live in the highest dimension, which for some it would be the 7th or the 14th dimension, if they haven't realized how to get to the Supreme Being back to heaven, their duration, they have to reincarnate as a cat or a dog. And then some of them reincarnate just for the heck of that as an animal.
Well, go on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all I was going to say.
Yeah. So this is the website for a lot of these mantras, everybody, mantrasforbalancedliving.com. There are many of them for free there, and there are some for donation as well. So if anybody's interested, and if anyone is interested in a healing or a reading from Reverend Saul, this is his email and his PayPal for donations and healings. So I'll have all that also in the description. So I don't think I did before we started, but I will when we leave. So yeah, if anybody wants to go on there, it's a great place to find it. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we leave? Because I don't want to take up too much of your time.
I thought I'd leave you with Archangel Michael's Blue Rain Pyramid of Protection through divine forces. Nila, Om Tijati, Nila, Susi Varsana. Om Tijati, Nila, Susi Varsana. And then all you need is the power number times 9 to the 54th power. 54 is the throat, which is blue. Om Tijati, Nila Susi Varsana. So imagine the blue pyramid below, both were rotating, and now it's blue rain.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. That is definitely activating my pituitary glands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here, Reverend Saul. And We want you to come back very soon.
My pleasure.
Yeah, Sonia keeps seeing angel numbers 222 333 444 1111. Yeah,
Oh, yes.
getting a lot of those.
333. Om Tijati. 333 trillion angels of light, shining bright, day and night, deep, deep, deep purple light, times 9 to the 99th power, times 9 to the 99th, times 9 to the 99th power.
Oh, wow. That's bringing out the big guns times 9 to the 99th power.
Mhm.
Well, thanks again so much. Lori says, this is making me so happy. It's answering questions that I've been talking to my spirit family about. Oh, yeah. Everybody's so glad to see you here and feeling better.
Good. Yes.
Thanks,
Thank you for your
Julie.
prayers.
Yeah.
Prayer heals. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, Annie Bear said that she, for some reason, she was picking up on your energy last week and she gave you a couple of cheeseburgers to make you feel better and you threw them out the window.
Now, the imitation burgers, I'll eat those. Those, what do they call it?
Impossible.
Burger King, Impossible Burgers, yes.
Yeah. It was funny. That's what I said. He's a vegetarian. All
Yeah.
right, everybody. Well, have a beautiful day. Namaste. Our light sees your light.
Tula, tula, tula. Tula, tula, tula. Tula, tula, tula. Tula, tula, tula.
Times 9.
Times 9
99th power?
to the 99th. 9 to the 99th.
9 to the 99th today. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Peace.